Hello everyone, my name is Ushna and today we'll dive into understanding food labels. The agenda for today is to understand what a food label is, information on a food label, nutrition facts table, serving size, list of ingredients, nutrition claims, nutrients, nutrient content claims and percent daily value. Let's begin with legislation. While it is Health Canada that develops the nutrition labeling regulations, it is the Canadian Food Inspection Agency that is responsible for the enforcement of the regulations. To begin with, what is a food label? Nutrition labeling became mandatory in Canada in 2007 on all prepackaged foods. Since then, nutrition and ingredient information has been listed on the food label. They have been designed to be easy to find, simple to read, and allow Canadians to make informed food choices. What all information is present on a food label? Food labels are found on prepackaged foods. The intent is to help Canadians make informed food choices, and the following information can be found on the label. Number one, nutrition facts table. Number two, the ingredient list. The product may also have a nutrition claim depending on the product it is, but this one is optional. The nutrition facts table. The facts table gives us information on number one, the serving size, number two, the calories, and number three, the percent daily value. The 13 core nutrients are also present on the nutrition fact table. Let's learn how to read and use the nutrition table. We'll start by looking at the following things. Number one, look at the serving size. Number two, look at the calories. Number three, look at the percent daily value. If it is 5% daily value or less, means little of a nutrient is present in the particular item. If it's 15% or more, it's a lot of a nutrient. Our goal and our attempt should be to get more fiber, vitamin C, vitamin A, iron, and calcium. Less attention should be given to, less of consumption should be made for fats, trans fats, saturated fats, sodium, and cholesterol. Regulations have been updated about the food label, and these are the following updates that have taken place. Changes to the nutrition fact table have been made, changes to the serving size, changes to the information on sugars, changes to the information on sweeteners, changes to the list of ingredients, and front of package nutritional labeling has been introduced. Now we'll compare the nutrition facts table, the original one and the new one, and we'll see what changes have been incorporated. Let's begin with the top right-hand corner. So the serving size, as you can see, stands out more and is more common on similar foods. So the intent was to make the serving size similar on similar foods for the ease of reading and for the ease of comparison. Coming to calories is larger, it's in bold and underlined, so it stands out and people can read it easily. On the right hand side, daily percent value have been introduced. As you can see on the left, sugars did not have a daily percent value earlier, but now the new registration requires it to have a percent daily value. So you can see on the right, it says 22% sugar. And as we discussed earlier, anything which is more than 15% is a lot of that nutrient. So for this particular item, it is really high in sugar. Coming to the bottom, updated list of minerals of public health. So things like calcium, potassium, and iron, which is a public health concern, have now been incorporated onto the facts table. And at the bottom, as you see, the new percent daily value has been written. So if it's 5% or less, it's little. If it's 15 or more, it's a lot, as we discussed earlier. The same thing is not present on the left-hand side, which was the old table. So these are the changes in a nutshell that have been introduced. Another thing that has been changed or updated is the front of package labeling. So the front of package symbol is required on foods that are high in one or more of these nutrients, which is sugar, sodium, and saturated fats. Food manufacturers have been given until January 1st, 2026 to implement this change. I've put in two pictures for us to understand what the new front of package label is going to look like. So it's going to say something like this. This one says high in sodium. And on the right, you can see that has been pasted right at the top. So this thing needs to be on the front of the package so it's out and loud and we can read it very clearly. Let's come to ingredient list and changes that have been made. The ingredient list consists of all the items in the product in the descending order of their weight. In other words, the heaviest ingredient will be listed right at the top and the lightest ingredient will be right at the bottom. Reading the ingredient list is essential as it tells us what we're about to consume. It gives away information about allergenic substances like milk and nuts, etc. The changes that have been made to the ingredient list is at the bottom. So black font is used. Sugars or similar ingredients have been grouped together. Every ingredient is separated with a dot or a comma. Food colors have been specified and listed. White or neutral background is used. Things like ingredients or contains has been bolded, so it grabs more attention. Nutrition claim. There are two types of nutrition claims. Nutrient content claims and health claims. Both of these are optional on the foods. Let's look at the difference. At the right hand corner, it's the nutrient content claimed, which says 40% less fat than regular potato chips. And it says it's 5 grams of protein and it's high in fiber. Whereas the health claim says can help lower cholesterol. So the difference between the two is that health claim will say things like helps reduce cholesterol, helps reduce weight, whereas nutrient content claim will give you more information as to what it's less in. For example, as it says here, 40% less fat. Serving size. The serving size is printed on the top of the nutrition facts table as we saw earlier. All the information on the table is based on this amount. So everything that follows below is all dependent on the serving size. To understand the portion you consumed, compare it to the food you actually ate. For instance, if the serving size listed is 2 slices of bread and you ate 4 slices, you will need to double all the amounts listed on the table. So double the calories, double the sugar, double the sodium, and that's how you know what you've consumed. Changes have been made to have similar serving size information among comparable products for ease of customers and for the ease of comparison. Calories. The amount of calories consumed is directly dependent on the serving size. If you consumed more specified serving size, the calorie count will be higher and vice versa. Coming back to percent daily value, as we mentioned earlier, anything below 5% is a little and anything above 15 is a lot of the specific nutrients. So when you're trying to make informed decisions, it is really important to keep an eye on these figures so you know what you're eating. Are food labels required on all foods? No, there are a few exceptions, which are they do not need to be present on fresh fruits or vegetables, raw meat, poultry and seafood, spices, tea or coffee, which has very little nutrient content, alcohol, bakery items, and salads. There is more to the list which can be found on the page. To summarize and to note down the takeaway points from this presentation, the following points will help us make healthier choices. It is important to look for words like high source of fiber, high source of vitamin A or vitamin C, excellent source of iron or calcium. You can also look at things like sodium-free, zero sugar, reduced calories. All these will help us make informed choices depending on what we are going for. The test question is, which amongst the two cereals, the image on the right, is a better option if one is trying to get more fiber? The hint here is to look at fiber and the percent daily value. That's going to give the answer. Second question, are restaurants or food service organizations like McDonald's or Subway required to have a nutrition facts table? And the last question is, which of the below given option is a nutrient content claim? Helps lower cholesterol, heart healthy, 30% less fat. Here are all my references, and that's all from me today. Thanks. Have a good day.